Rex Orange County live on Austin City Limits Radio. Just a moment ago, he turned to me between songs and said, "Can I swear?" And I happened to look up and say no. So that worked out well for the both of us.
Thank you for that.
More importantly, for the license of the station.
Most importantly.
Yeah. So before this started, you and I were talking about Austin. I was telling you about the growth and traffic and whatnot. I don't imagine that Gray Shot, where you're from, has grown at the pace we have.
It doesn't have traffic, actually, at all. It definitely hasn't grown. I don't know if it's grown even the whole time from when I was born till now, actually.
Is it all castles?
It's probably like 25% castles, yeah.
Did you grow up in a castle?
Yeah.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Why so many castles in Gray Shot?
No, it's old. It's just an old place, so it has a lot of, buildings that have been around for a really long time. And I don't know. I just think probably the architecture around there, and people don't have stuff to change up. They have no reason to change anything there, I don't think.
Did your castle have a name?
Yeah, I'm going to come clean, man. I didn't actually live in a castle. It was a house. It was my castle, but it was a house.
Then you went off to London.
Mm-hmm.
Went to school as mostly a percussionist, drummer.
Yeah.
How does that impact the music we hear now, to have that sense, that rhythmic sense? Do we hear that now directly?
Absolutely. Oh, 100 million%. Because without the knowledge, not even the knowledge, but just like the intention of wanting to know about drums and rhythm in general has just informed most of the music I make, because without that, then it's just another layer that I felt like I had. I just put all my energy into that one thing, and then I can use what I learned from that and be like playing the piano rhythmically or singing a certain rhythm that I would not have thought of if I hadn't played the drums for years, I think.
Have you had time to process what's happened the last couple of years? Normally, you need a year or two away from the road, away from the recording process, to really understand what's happened when you have the kind of success you've had. You haven't had that time. Have you been able to wrap your head around any aspect of this?
No. I haven't.
Where are you reminded the most that this is weird?
Oh, man. I think just when I think about how I haven't had the chance to think about it. I mean, when I say no, I mean I actually don't think I've had the time. I just think from the moment that it started, I haven't had I think I've definitely tried to work through what's happened to me and look at everything and be like, why am I the way I am today? And everybody in the world is like, sewn up in a certain way when they're born, and then you look back and you're like, why was I told? It's because my parents told me, or somebody told me this was how it was, or I needed to be scared of this, or I needed whatnot. So like, I think we all kind of have something to work through. But for me, I just definitely do, because there's just so much has happened in a short space of time, and I'm still 21, and I feel like I'm 29 or something. I feel old, like really, really old, like 29. So I need some time I'll go away and figure it out.
Have you found ways to protect the vision of who you want to be as an artist and not let that get lost in this whirlwind?
I just try. I don't even try. I'm lucky to not feel like anything has changed inside of me. Everything's changing around me as it does, and I don't think my intentions are any different. I just think I've learned a lot, and so I have a more informed opinion, and it will grow. I will learn more every day, and I don't think I'll ever know everything. And so, what was your question?
You write the kind of lyrics that people wind up tattooing on themselves.
That's actually true. No, it is.
That's got to be really weird when they come to you with something you wrote either alone in the back of a bus or in your castle. How weird is that moment where you see their tattoo and what they chose?
it's of course how weird is it? I mean it's of course it's weird, but it's also very it's also kind of just it's just an overarching feeling of like it's like it's working, like music, it's the music is reaching people that I had never met. And the people, it's not even the fact that they got a tattoo, but it's the fact that I don't know that person at all who's showing me the tattoo, and that person likes me that much. Like, of course, there's a level of like the difference between being like, oh, I came to your show, or like I have a massive portrait of you on my back or something. Like, there's a difference, which I haven't seen, by the way, yet. But it's more just like the whole anytime. You know, I went to Omaha on a day off in Nebraska, and I went to a random restaurant. It took me like half an hour to find anywhere with food, and I found this one place, and I got in there. I was the only person in there with my friend, and the first person I walked into, and he was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, are you Rex Orange County?" And I was like, "What? How on earth is this happening in Omaha?" And so that is the same difference. It's just that feeling of like it's translating somehow, I think.
It's the combination of, I guess, music that connects on that level and the internet.
Absolutely, the internet, 100%, like we said.
The New Yorker said of you, in a world filled with jaded cynics, Rex Orange County manages to evoke a welcome sense of optimism and childlike wonder.
Did they say that?
They did. And I don't know if you know it, but the New Yorker, that's a definitive statement when now... I mean, that's like winning a Grammy.
I think they did.
You're a guy that the New Yorker wrote about.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I'm going to be very real. I don't read many things, so that's why I genuinely asked. But that's a big deal. And somebody sent me a cartoon that they did of me. So
probably next to that.
Yeah.
So, what are you optimistic about? How do you stay optimistic in this world?
In this world, I don't. No, I just think I've got a lot of time, it would seem. And like I said, things have gone so fast that I feel like I've got a lot of time. So, you know, and there's just so much to do, and careers are really long, and people get so much bigger and better or different or whatever bigger is to you, or like my version of success. Like, I already feel like I've fulfilled a lot of what I think is success, but there's just more to do, and I just think I've got a lot of time, and that makes me genuinely think about how much, you know, I'm lucky. But I also worked for it, but I'm lucky that I have so much to do, you know, and just time. I think that if that answers your question.
Do you ever think I'm 21, when I'm 29, what am I going to think about the 21-year-old me who was in front of a lot of people as a 21-year-old?
Yeah, I think about it. No, I do actually think about that, and I do actually think about all of this whole time period now, and how it will never be like this exactly. It will never be quite like this ever again. Like, I'll do another one. It might be even better, but it won't be like this. It might be way worse. And then it'll be like, damn, it wasn't quite like that. But either way, it will always, I can never like take any of these trips or any of these things for granted, or even this. Like, I'll never do this like this again. Next time I come here, if I do, I think it will just be different. So it's like, I guess that. Sorry.
I believe he just told me that next time through, he's not playing for us in this room.